Whew. How are you guys? I'm gonna try to do this in one take, just so that I don't know, for continuity, I guess, or to seem like we're cool people or something. I'm gonna do two separate videos. This video that you're getting here is probably gonna be on my YouTube channel and probably gonna be linked to my newsletter. And I wanted just to say thank you this year for everything that you guys have done to support us. We're so incredibly grateful for everything. Every time that somebody reads our newsletter, every time somebody says that they appreciate one of my videos, every time somebody says my video made them laugh, every time that somebody sends us a referral, every time that somebody reposts our stuff, we just appreciate it. And so this Thanksgiving, that's what I'm appreciative for our business, is every one of you that gets our newsletter, gets our email, because we wouldn't be able to do everything that we do without you. And I know that you hear that all the time, and that's okay. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to try to start doing a video with these every month, just because I feel like there's a lot of usefulness to it. I'm just being like, okay, cool, let's see Paden. What's Paden doing? Where's he at? Where's his thought process? And I think this helps with that. I'll still try to get my blurb as well, but this will hopefully give you a little bit of an indicator of where the market is as well. Where do I get these stats? You say, hey, Paden, where do you get these stats? I print off Utah NMLS monthly sales sheet, and it just goes month by month, and then it brings up all those stats. The two extra stats that I add are the homes listed that I have to just get from a separate stat, which is super easy, and then also on top of that, I have to get the average interest rate, mortgage interest rate, which I get from the Fed. These interest rates are always going to be incorrect. The goal would just be helping you understand that it's a trend up or down. I've learned so much about loans in the last couple of months on like the different kind of lenders out there, the fact that like it's just a stock market. Every single day your interest rates are going to be different. You might get lucky and it might go down. You might get unlucky, it might go up. But that's where I get those two stats. I'm not just making up the stats. This one comes from the government stats. This one just comes from a separate stats in Utah MLS. So talking about that, median sold value for October of 2024 was $510,000. The list value is $525,000 with a median list to sold value of 97%. If we're talking about just these specific numbers, we're still not at the height of what the listings were at, a median sold value. The height was still $540,000. So home values in Utah are still less than the absolute peak, which was January of 2022, I think, right around there. This is important to understand for a couple of different reasons, that even though home prices are increasing here in Utah, we're still not statistically at that point where they're worse than it's ever been before. But on top of that, another interesting piece of this, and I know it's weird that I bring it up so much, but let's look. So in May of 2024, median sold value is 510, June 510, July 507, August 505, September 507, October 510. So effectively, we haven't seen median sold value increase from May of 2024 until now, which is like 5 or 6 months. Us not seeing home values increase or even really decrease, but just staying level for that long of a period of time is not something we've experienced in the last 4 months, really. We've seen a roller coaster, we've seen up and down, but we haven't seen a market leveling out the way that it is. And so if we were looking at what median sold value was from the year to date, home values have increased by about 4%, basically going from January of 2024 from $485,000 to the $510,000 that we see now. If median sold value stays that same way and we see property increase by 4%, that puts us back at that standard real estate market of where home values increase between like 3 and 7% a year, going far away from the 16% a year that we were seeing there for a little bit, or 14%, but also making it so it looks more similar to a pre-pandemic market, which is good. I don't know what it looks like when interest rates decrease, because they keep saying they're going to decrease and they don't. Yes, the Fed rate's decreasing, but the only way the Fed rate and then the mortgage interest rates are comparable is that the Fed rate will affect the 10-year Treasury yield, which will affect the mortgage interest rates. It's all about the risk that people feel with interest rates and mortgage interest rates. If we make it so it's less risky, make it so that it's less volatile, people will be more interested in investing in real estate. That's the way to look at it. So as there's so much uncertainty in the market, that's why mortgage interest rates are still so high, even with the Fed rate going down, is because there's still so much uncertainty with the real estate market. So I expect, or I hope, that as we see certainty or people being more comfortable with the real estate market, or especially with the presidential election being over, maybe that will calm down the market substantially. And that would be my goal. That's not really my goal. It's not like I can control it. That would be my hope that next year we see that happening. Along with that, though, we don't want mortgage interest rates to go down to 3% again, because then we're just going to see prices skyrocketing by 16% again a year. But if we can get them back down to that 6% or 5.5%, I'm hoping that puts us at a level where we're still increasing value between that 3 and 7%, but also at the same time, we're not seeing it skyrocket and the market can kind of level out a little bit. There's like a whole bunch of macroeconomic stuff on it, like unemployment in the state of Utah, how many people are moving to the state of Utah that are affecting it. To be perfectly frank with you, home prices not decreasing by even more is a bit surprising, but that's just the basics of kind of where we're at for the state of Utah. Median days on market was 39 for the month of October, which is also pretty interesting, just going up that high that quick. It's surprising that median sold value hasn't decreased by more if we're seeing days on market go up, which is just a signal saying that less people are buying houses or less people are interested in buying houses, which you can actually see. Which is actually the opposite of what I was just saying. September of 2024, there was 3,129 homes sold. October 2024, there was 3,258. So about 150 more homes sold in the month of October as compared to September, which is a bit surprising. I go back and try to look at those stats a little bit better, but I'm done rambling. I just wanted to have you understand that we look at the numbers much more in depth, and these are kind of the things that we're seeing. The market has leveled out, but there is an extreme amount of uncertainty that people are concerned with buying and selling houses right now. Period, bar none. But that's all I got for you today. If you watch this all the way to this point, comment down below. Tell me, do you like this format? Do you like me just blabbering like this? And I want to include these in our newsletter and our email just because I feel like there's value here. But other than that, thanks for watching. Comment down below. Have a great day. Subscribe. Bye now.